Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hello, everyone. I'm Julie. For those who haven't met me and for those who have, it's so nice to be on here with you again. Um, Victoria's going through a little bit of a works burger, isn't it? And I'm hoping that everyone's staying safe and um, Beryl and I were discussing on how we're actually going to work the shop in this time, and obviously we can't open the doors in the way of actually allowing you into the shop. We can do click and collect. Um, so anything you order online, or if there's actually something that you would like to look at, we're so happy for you to call us and we do like a video or a live streaming like on Messenger or phone or whatever you've got. There's so much technology that you can work with these days. Let us know and we can actually walk you around the shop, and there might be something that you like and we can actually work it out, and then you can either come and organize a time to come and collect it, or you are welcome to order it online and we can post it out to you. But we want to let people know that we're still here for you. We are looking at going down in days, so we'll be at the shop Tuesday, Wednesdays and Thursdays. Beryl and I work our asses off, seriously. Like, there's some days there that Beryl doesn't even get to eat until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it'd be good for Beryl to have a Monday, Friday off so she can actually get some stuff done too. But we are in the shop Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, while we're in this lockdown space. But as I said, at any time you feel like you're wanting some sage, or you're wanting to have a look at some crystals, or you're needing something, just give us a call. We're more than happy to walk you around the shop and help you find that special piece. The other thing that I've been playing with too, like, or thinking about, they've been popping it into my head, is I think we'll actually be doing like a daily, hey Jen, a daily special on some crystals. So you get that day to have that percentage off on that crystal. And if it's your baby and that baby's calling to you, because that's what they do, you see them and they want you, and you've got to have them. So we're looking at offering that as well. So yes, very, very interesting. And the other thing that I actually wanted to discuss today too was it is so easy sometimes to get into your head and go into the freak out space of everything that's happening. Some people are embracing it and allowing themselves to take the time to enjoy the process of not working, or the process of working at home, or the process of spending more time with the family, the process of not having so much pressure in the external world. Yet other people are really freaking out. Other people are very much in the fear space. Other people don't know how to cope with the whole situation that's actually going on at the moment. And some people are so sensitive to the outside world without even realizing it. You're feeling everything. You're feeling everybody. You're feeling everything that's in the external world. Morning, Ponema. And that can be really overloading to your system as well, because it can get very confusing. So I really want to offer some tips on how to bring yourself back to the present time. So you're going to get through this next 6 weeks if you're in Victoria. If you're not in Victoria, please stay safe as well. I know that this virus is pretty full on. But one of the biggest things I do to bring myself back to me is I just stop. I stop, I place my hands on my body, and I just breathe. Even sometimes, like even on the toilet, sometimes like that's 5 minutes to myself, or even 2 minutes to myself, just to sit there. You can't go anywhere anyway, and just allow myself just to breathe and to fully connect in with myself. I can do this in the car. I can do this no matter where I am. I just allow myself to breathe. I connect in with myself. What I tend to do is I tend to feel my skin. So I bring all my awareness to my skin. So from the top of my head to the tip of my toes, I'm really aware of all of my skin. And it's like with the breath, it's like I'm allowing myself to breathe my skin and allowing my skin to actually breathe, so I can become aware of all of my skin. And then what I do is allow myself to go 2 or 3 layers within myself and to find my home space. Sometimes it's my heart, sometimes it's my knee, sometimes it's my tummy, depending on what day it is and what's going on. But I allow myself to drop into myself and find my heart space. And then I allow myself to breathe from that space. And what that does is I sometimes too ask for all my energies to come back to me, because as I said, sometimes people are so sensitive, and I'm very much a empath, sensitive little thing. I'm so aware of everybody and everything all the bloody time. Um, Pleasure, I mean, it's a gift and a curse. um, Yet to recall all my energies back to me and actually fully allow myself to sit into my body helps me get through moments. Okay, and I really encourage you to give it a go. So if you find yourself starting to go into your head and freak out too much, or chunk it up too big, or make this everything that this is too big, you're going to overload yourself and you're going to feel like crap. So allow yourself to bring it back into you, feeling all your skin, breathing, going a couple of layers in. Ask for all your energies to come back to you. And I always like to place a beautiful golden bubble on. Makes a massive difference. You can have it as thick as you want or as thin as you want. Beautiful golden bubble. The other thing is too is, you know what? If you're at home and you're stuck at home, sometimes you can get like into like a funk. Yeah. Get up, make your bed, have a shower, put some nice undies on, put some nice underwear on, and put some nice clothes on for the day. It makes a massive difference. Yeah? So if you're in a little bit of a funk and you're over being at home and blah, 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 get up, make your bed, put some nice clothes on. It'll make a massive difference. We are here for you if you are needing anything. Um, that's all we can do is just be here for each other and actually support each other. So let's get into our Q&A and see who we can help today. So I got an email from Sarah. Could you put the bag crystal chips that you have in store online? Yes, we are working our asses off. I've even recruited my son. He's been working his ass off to get stuff online. Oh my God, to do an online business and to have a shop and everything, it's full on. So we are working our hardest to get stuff online, and yeah, we're doing our best with that, Sarah. She's also asked if we can get some herbs and stuff in. I do have some herbs. She's asked for lavender, jasmine, chamomile, calendula, and mugwort. I have lavender, chamomile, and calendula. But the others, I'm not really looking at getting herbs into the shop. If there was more of a call for it for that, I would look at getting more stuff in, but I just don't feel the need to put it into the shop. Sarah, if you're interested, next time you're in the shop, we can give you contacts for a guy up in Linda, I believe he is, and he has a lot of that stuff. So let's have a look at Pornima's question. Will my cousin... Oh, I have no idea how to pronounce that. You guys know that I'm not very good at pronouncing people's names. I remember faces and I remember the people, but not their name. How to pronounce their names. Will my cousin get I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Pornima, I'm sorry. Get married soon. Feels like a really open-ended question, Pornima. In the way of, is she currently in a relationship? Are you asking me if she's going to have a relationship, or is she actually in a relationship and you're asking when they're going to get married? I would like a little bit more clarification on that. I know you're on at the moment, Pornima, so if you could pop in a little bit more of a response to me, like a bit more of a detail to that question. Because they're saying yes, but I feel like there's more to this question, Pornima, in the way of like, will she get married soon? Like, is she actually in a relationship? Is she, is she engaged? Is she, does that make sense? So if you could give me a little bit more to that question, I'd be happy to look into it a little bit more. Please guide, can I make Reiki as a career, or should I go for studying something else? If yes, which field? Pornima, I'm not sure what no means. So is she in a relationship? I'm assuming she's not in a relationship. Going back to your other question about Reiki. If it's such an open-ended question, Pornima. You can very much make a career out of doing Reiki, like as in giving Reiki, for sure. Totally for sure. Um, I feel as though people that I feel like there's more to it than just doing Reiki though. Does that make sense? Like in the way of people that tend to go and learn Reiki, you're always interested in learning more, and you tend to put more 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 different modalities in with your Reiki as well, because if you just like look at just Reiki, you're not growing within yourself. It's always good to keep studying and to keep learning different things, because if you only stick with the one thing, you only attract the one piece of clients, like the one part of clients, and sometimes you stop attracting clients because you're only doing the one thing. Yet the other side of it is too, is you will always attract the people that you are meant to help. Um, I just feel like these questions, Ponima, are just like, it feels like you're trying to ask a different question, and it's like, um, the words that you've popped in, there just seems to be so much more to it. Um, I look at it and go, yes, keep studying. No matter what you're doing, keep studying. Whatever you're drawn to, keep studying, because knowledge is power, and the more you do study, the more you're going to feel more supported in yourself, and the more you're going to get to know yourself. And that's why one of the reasons why you do study this kind of stuff, and you're drawn into new age healing, looking into fixing yourself, all that kind of stuff, is because there's something within you that you're needing to learn and to grow in your journey. So I go, yes, keep studying in all this kind of a field. I know Palawa is fantastic to learn as well. There is so many different modalities out there that you can be drawn to learn, and it's trusting where you're guided to. I think it was like aromatherapy from memory, Ponima, that you were doing. I might be on the wrong track. That kind of stuff. You're always going to learn something, and when you're learning, you take the best bits that resonate with you from each space that you're doing, and you make something out of you. And sometimes that can take years to create, before you actually step into that, like, I know what I want to do, I know what this is right to do. But the other side of it is too, is you've just got to be out there doing it. I remember when I first went through my Reiki journey, I didn't really understand it all. I didn't know what this was all about. I remember doing my Reiki 1 journey for the 2 days, and I was like, I'm not sure what I think of all of this. Whereas the other people I was doing it with are like, oh, that was fantastic, and they were getting their own symbols in Reiki 1 and this experience and that experience, and I'm like, I'm not too sure about this. But the universe has a way of making things happen and pushing you into the direction that you need to be pushed into. Um, I wasn't even going to do Reiki 2, but it happened to be that the course I wanted to study, I had to have Reiki 2 certificate before I could actually go and do that course. So I put it out to the universe, please find me a Reiki 2 person that I'm supposed to be doing this, master that I'm supposed to be doing this. And I was directed in a different line to meeting a Reiki master that did Reiki 2 with me. And I never thought in a million years I'd actually become a Reiki master teacher. Like, that wasn't even a blip in my radar. But the universe had a different path for me, and I became a Reiki master teacher. And I love teaching. I love teaching Reiki masters. I love teaching Reiki 1, Reiki 2, even teaching Reiki master teachers. It's such an honor and a privilege to help support people through their healing journey. So, Ponima, I'd really invite you to trust where you're being guided to study. Do what would make you feel excited as well, because I guarantee you won't be doing the whole of the course. You'll be doing what you need to get out of it, whether it's for yourself or those little tools to help somebody else. Quite often it's for yourself first, and then you'll actually have the tools to help somebody else. Um, but trust where you're guided to study. Reiki as a career, I'm not sure if you'll be doing just Reikis as a career. I feel like there's more to it than that. But you've just got to do it. You've got to go and just do the studying. You've just got to start doing Reikis. You've got to start offering healings. You've got to start your journey, and then things just start naturally opening up. Um, Purnima says, you are the best. Thank you, Purnima. So going back to your first question about your cousin getting married soon. Yeah, I had a feeling like that. You're saying that she's not in a relationship. So the question is more like, not would she be getting married soon? It's like, would she be actually finding a person that she wants to spend her life with that could lead to marriage? So I just want to point out with all the love, Purnima, you've got to be aware of the questions you're asking, because sometimes you've got to ask a little bit more specific questions than just a broad a broad spectrum question. So I'm going to look at the question of like, will she find a relationship? Um, Part of me feels like she's not ready to be in a relationship. Part of me feels like going into it is like, I think there's that little bit of a push where she feels like she needs to do that at the moment, but I don't think she really wants to be in a relationship. You can give me a little bit of a yes no if that resonates. I do see her. I do see her getting to a point where she does want to be in a relationship, but I think it's a later on. Hi, Chloe. A little bit later on, because I just feel like at the moment, if she was to get into a relationship, she's only into a relationship because she's like thinks that she wants to be, but I don't think she actually wants to be in a relationship. Um, Having a look at the bigger picture, will she actually get married in her lifetime? Yes, they are saying yes. I hope that helps. There's like so many different layers to your questions, Purnima. So really focus in on the question you definitely want to ask instead of actually going around the bush, because it actually helps a little bit more. Chloe, it's lovely to put a face to a name. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Chloe. Obviously, I can only see your little dot of your picture, but it's lovely to have you here. So let's see what else we've got here today. So Purnima's just put through, she's not in a relationship, looking for an arranged marriage. So my auntie is looking for a boy for her. Right, now we're getting into a little bit more nitty gritty, Purnima. As I said, it's like she's not overly wanting to be in a relationship, but it feels like she has to do it. Yeah, look, I feel like she will get married, but I just feel like it's going to be a little bit later down the track. Yeah, looking for an arranged marriage. Well, I wish her luck. I can see her finding somebody. Whether she is truly happy, I'm not sure. I think relationships take a lot to work through and to actually to choose to be together, to grow and actually make a life together. It takes a lot of work. It's not just something that you can just jump into and hopefully it'll work out. You've actually got to work at it. It's just like a house. You've got to maintain a house, you've got to paint it, you've got to keep it all maintained. It's exactly like a relationship. You have to each day to wake up and choose to actually be in that relationship. It makes a big difference. But yes, I do see her getting into a relationship. I do see her getting married. I just think it's going to be a little bit down the track, a little bit longer than you think. So, who else has some questions for me today? It feels like a little bit of a quieter day. I know people are a little bit all over the place, especially with this lockdown stuff. As I said, we are open today for you to actually come into the shop, but the shop will actually be closed doors from tomorrow for the 6 weeks. But as I said, we will be there Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays to help take your calls and to help post things off and to do what you need and to support you the way you need to be supported. So has anyone got any questions for me this morning? I'm going to hang around for a little bit longer and then I'll get into the day of getting more things online for you guys. Yeah. How is everyone feeling about this corona lockdown in Victoria, if you're in Victoria? How is everyone? How is your body feeling? How did you respond to the reaction of like, we are going into some serious lockdown to try to stop this virus from spreading? You know, how did your body respond? I mean, the way your head responds can be very different to the way your body responds. I know for myself, I went through my body went through a bit of a shock space. Thank you, Marita, sending love for lockdown. I think there's got to be lots of love in lockdown. If people can actually like learn to live together a little bit more. It's so interesting. I've been saying from the word go, this virus is making people deal with things that they normally wouldn't deal with. So, for an example, like if you're thrown into lockdown with somebody that you don't overly like living with, you've got no choice to learn how to live with them. If you're one person that goes out heaps and is always socializing and always out and doing stuff because you don't want to be at home and you're avoiding something at home or avoiding yourself, you're thrown into having to like deal with yourself. So it's very interesting what's actually happening with this virus, even though it's so bad. And I'm sending so much love to everybody that needs love. I'm sending so much guidance and love and help to anyone that's unwell or really suffering through this space. But the other side of it is that there's always something good to find in every situation, and sometimes some situations need to be shit in order for them to get better. But yeah, this virus is making people deal with their shit. That's what I'm noticing. Jen, any guidance on what I should be focusing my energy on during this 6-week time? Oh, Jen, it feels like there's a few loose ends that you haven't finished off. Like I'm like, it just feels like there's a few loose ends that you haven't finished off. So is there a lot of stuff in the house or around the house that you want to complete and get done? Now's the perfect time to do it. It feels like too, like they're really popping very strongly into now's a really good time to do some serious manifesting. Some people are just like, well, we've got 6 weeks off. Okay, I'm just going to do nothing, Netflix. Stan. um, but it's actually a beautiful time for Victorians, that is, to be really going into manifesting. So it feels like, Jen, that there's a massive manifesting time for you to look into. It feels like you're a very good manifester. It just feels like you haven't done it for a little bit or haven't honed in on that a little bit. Do a vision board. Sit down and actually work out what you want for the rest of this year. Work out what do you want for next year. Do a little bit of a vision board and actually get yourself to what you're desiring, and actually allow yourself to visualize it. But it feels like there's stuff that you need to finish off, Jen. They're showing me paperwork too. So is there like, I don't know, are you wanting to write a book, or are you wanting to do painting, or are you wanting to do it feels like there's some kind of studying or something there. Yeah, get all that sort of like happening. Get some focus. As I said, wake up in the morning, go. Get some nice, pretty undies on, get a nice coloured bra on, and actually get up and actually do your day. It makes a big difference. Jenna, nice to see you. I'm hoping everything's gotten a little bit better with your relationship. If you could let me know if things are a little bit better. I can still feel there's a little bit of strain, but it also feels like there's something that's shifted a little bit, Jenna. So Jenna is asking for some guidance on future work and what do I need to focus on. Jenna, the first thing they're actually taking to me is the tummy, your tummy. I'm not sure what's going on with tummy. Like, is it digestion or is it I know there's something going on with the tummy, like a tummy's not quite happy. If you can let me know what's going on with your tummy, it's like, I don't feel like it's hormones, like I'm looking into it, like I don't feel like it's hormone thing. I feel like it's a stress related thing that's actually upsetting your tummy, or it's a food thing, but it feels more like a stress thing that's actually happening in your tummy. I would focus on ways to get some more energy and stuff into your tummy, like doing some breath work. There's a beautiful, I've mentioned it before on YouTube, there's a lady called Pushing Beauty. Pushing Beauty. Pushing Beauty. She does some fantastic breathwork stuff because it feels like you're needing to work on some breathwork in your tummy, and get your tummy expanded and down and stuff, because I think that'll actually help with some kind of stress or yucky that's going on in your tummy. Guidance on future work. It feels like there's something new coming for you, Jenna. Feels like there's something new coming for you, but it hasn't opened up quite yet. I'm aware with Victoria and all the rest of it, but it feels like there's something in the works there that hasn't quite opened up for you yet. But it just feels like after all this lockdown stuff, it's not going to take very long for like a couple of weeks, and then you're going to sort of like slip into something that's ready for you. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Jen says, thank you. Yes, I do have a course to finish. Ah, I knew you were studying. They're showing me paperwork and writing and stuff like that. I'm like, she's studying something. So Jen, yeah, get that finished. It's a very good time to actually focus on that and get that finished. Jenna, if you could let me know if there's something like what's going on with your tummy, that'd be really cool. I always like to know that I'm on the right track. Chloe, do you have any advice on how to 110% break away from an extremely toxic relationship? Oh, fuck, babe. There's so many levels when it comes to toxic relationships, Chloe. Um, my advice is you have to plan things very, very carefully. Okay, you have to plan your what like an escape route essentially. You have to plan how you're going to hide a little bit of money and get money aside so you've actually got money for yourself. You have to plan on where you're going to go and how you're going to execute it, and you need to keep it very, very secret and hush hush until you can actually execute it. That's the first thing. The other side of it is you must have support, outside support, that is totally supportive of you, not somebody that is supportive of both of you, yeah, because you don't know what they can say to the other person. You need to have somebody that's totally supportive of you, that no matter where you go or what you're doing, you can actually have them as a support and you can call them at any time and they can actually help you with this. The other side of it is the energetic side of it. I always suggest doing lemons, popping a pin in the lemon. That makes a big difference as well. But there's also the emotional side of things to get yourself prepared to actually leave a toxic relationship. Then on the deeper levels of things, sometimes it's actually a karmic thing that actually has been played out, and you have to actually clear that karmic strand of energy that's creating the need to be in that relationship. The other side of it is any relationship, and I know this is breaking it right down. Any relationship is actually becomes a habit. Okay, it actually becomes a habit, and then it's your responsibility to work out ways to break a habit. So it's just like smoking. It's just trying to like drinking. It's just trying to like giving up something that's addictive behavior. Toxic relationships can become an addictive behavior, and you've got to work out a way that you're going to distract yourself from that space, so you're occupying yourself with something different that's going to support you and love you. I wish you so much luck if you're wanting some more information, Chloe, or needing support with how to break from a toxic relationship. You can reach out to me and I'm more than happy to have a chat with you. I've done it myself, and it's not something that you can just click your fingers and it all works. It is literally a process, and you have to support yourself. Excuse me. You have to support yourself through the whole process and support yourself through the whole way, because it's not as easy as just leaving, because there's so many different factors to it. I wish you so much luck. I'm sending you some beautiful angels to help you in this space, because I also feel like there's somebody else that's actually going through similar that as well, and I'm actually sending them some help as well. But if you're needing support, reach out, Chloe, because you're going to need support. Okay. Yes, Jen, get onto your manifesting. It's time. Do some vision boards. Kim, it's so lovely to hear from you. How is Canada going? It's lovely to hear from you, babe. So her question is, am I going to meet a partner while I'm over here? Partner, babe. I am actually leaning towards more no. I feel like they're annoying you. Are men annoying you over there, or they're annoying? It feels like there's something to do around annoying, like men are annoying. But I don't feel like you'll find a partner over there. Um, I just don't. I just don't feel like it. Though that being said, Kim, um, it feels like you're going to meet somebody that you're going to end up living with once you get back to Australia. Um, ooh, it's coming goosebumps. Um, because it feels like the men over there are annoying. You can confirm that to me, but it just feels like they're annoying. Sorry, Canada men. I'm sure you're lovely. Um, and when do you see me coming home? Um, it feels like more towards the middle end of next year. I feel like you've still got a bit of stuff over there to do. And it feels like if you were to come back anytime soon, it feels like the people won't accept you for who you are back here. I think you know who I'm talking about. And she needs a little bit more time with you to be away from you so she can actually accept you for who you are. I hope that helps, Kim. Stay safe, babe. It's so lovely to hear from you. Get that course finished, Jen. Tracy, is my mum watching me and have anything to say? Tracy, okay, let me have a look on the other side. So, Tracy, what they're showing me is that mum's looking over you by getting somebody else to stand and watch you. Does that make sense? Like it's like she's on the other side. It's something to do with travel. Like she's off traveling. She's off doing some fun stuff. It's like when you really need her, she pops back. But in general, it's like she's off traveling and doing what she needs to do or what she wants to do. Yeah. Um, and it feels like though that she's actually left an angel or a other. Oh, I've got goosebumps on the knees. They're really touching me today. Somebody else there that's actually supporting you and looking over you, and they sort of like report back to your mum. But your mum is so happy. Like she's just so happy, babe. Like it's like she's just beaming with love. It's like she's worked something out over the other side too. It's like she's a lot happier. It feels like there was a little bit of time there where everything was very heavy for her, and she struggled a little bit being on the other side. I also think she struggled too because you guys struggled losing her a lot too. So she had a very big confliction of like she on the other side knew that she could go and travel, knew that she can go and play so much on the other side, but also support you guys. But she saw how much you guys were struggling with the fact that she was gone, and she was a bit conflicted. But it feels like she's got it. Like she's just having fun, but she's like left somebody to watch over you so she knows what's going on. So it's like a communication of like watching over you, but then when you're desperately needing her or you're really wanting that support and you know when she's around, it's like you know when mum's around. It's like a smell or something that you smell and you know mum's around. It's like you call her back and she's there right there with you. But she's so good, Tracy. Like she's really lovely. It's actually beautiful to pop in the other side and actually see somebody that's like so happy on the other side and not lost and blah 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 blah. She's just really happy and she's off traveling. Jenna, thanks, Julie. I've been having problems with all my women's bits. Yeah, for a while. So having some tests, etc., done to find out what's going on, but it's never right. Feel unwell, so you're spot on. Um, oh, thank you for confirmation that I was spot on. Hmm. When you say women's bits, like you talking are you talking like bad periods, like ovaries, that kind of stuff? Have you been trying to get pregnant? I felt like there was a little bit of a trying to get pregnancy thing there too. Um, what's really going on in that space for you, babe? Just give me a second, and I want to tune into really what's going on with your tummy. So, Jenna, when I look into your tummy, sometimes our internal bits can get a little bit, um, twisted inside our body, like as in our intestines and stuff like that can be a little bit twisted and not in the right spot, and things are just not in the right spot. That's what it feels like to me. It's like your internal bits are just not in the quite in the right spot, and therefore it's actually affecting energetically and stuff as well. And this is why this is why sometimes tests, no matter how much tests you're doing, you can't find an issue because there's not actually anything wrong. They're just in the wrong spot. Um, the problem is that's stuff that we normally help with people at the shop, but we're not allowed to touch people at the moment. So Jenna, just pop it in your head that after all this fixes up, um, apparently we're having trouble playing this video. Okay.